Hello, this is Soul on a Quest, and we're doing a reading for Iran. All Iranians or not Iranians who are feeling the pain and have had a very heavy 2026, specifically a very heavy January, and ongoing, of course, with the situation in Iran. This reading is for you if you're wondering what's going to happen and how to handle this kind of energy and how to handle all the worries you have. We're all wondering what US and Israel are going to do. This has been the case since the beginning when people went out and protested and the US supported them. Trump supported them, saying help will be on the way. If the regime kills the people, we will attack them, we will fire back. And people went out in the streets, and you know the rest. And Israel has had a huge role in this whole process, and Israel killed Ali Khamenei, which we're all grateful for. So we're all wondering what they're going to do next. And it seems like, not that it seems like it, we are in a very passive state. It seems like they're not doing anything in action from both sides. US, with Trump and decision-making from the US side, situation is more complicated because there are two opposing sides. Within his own, I would say, peers or cabinet or decision makers, within the Trump administration, there are opposing views and beliefs. One side believes they should make a deal, not attack, be passive, have a genuine negotiation. And the other side believes, no, Islamic Republic should be taken out. There's no way with negotiating with these people. So there are two opposing sides. So it's not easy to make a final decision. But Trump himself, the decision maker, the ultimate decision maker, knows what needs to be done. They do have the knowledge to take the right decision, but right now we're in that state of lack of decision making and in a passive state. With Israel, Israel even seems more passive compared to US nowadays. Maybe it's been a few weeks that we have not heard anything about what Israel is doing about all this. While we all know that Israel had a huge role shaping our hopes and encouraging the people to speak up, and all of us Iranians abroad have our hopes in Israel's actions, and Israel seems passive too, but Israel does have a vision for Iran. They exactly know what needs to be done. They're not going to make impulsive decisions. They know what needs to be done and how needs to be done, and ultimately they do want a future for Iran with diplomatic relations between Iran and Israel. So that's what they're going for, and that's what they're planning for as well. So this is the situation, and this is their side of the story. We need to know that the plan is running under the surface. We may not see what's exactly happening with Iran. All we see is media, what the media wants us to see, and it's very volatile. We're up and down. We're scared if there are going to be negotiations. But the reality is the plan is bigger than that. Now, I don't know the timeline of the state, but we do have a state of stillness where it seems like there's nothing happening, and it's just going to be up and down with the media, with the news, with everything. But in reality, there is a bigger plan. So how long that bigger plan is going to take is uncertain. But what comes next is actually important, because the next part is the why. Why is this all happening? Us Iranians may feel like we're being punished. By being an Iranian, we are being punished. It seems like, I even jokingly said I may have been a bad person in my past life, that I'm an Iranian today. It's true. We may feel this way. Why is this happening? This is injustice. Nobody, no country seems to be acknowledging it or understanding it. And we have such a hard time getting the message across. But what the universe and the cards and the energies want you to know is that you're not here by accident. You're here because you're chosen to be here. You are being handed a key of knowledge and a key to the material world. Whatever that means to you, you are being handed the key of knowledge and the key to the material world. Now, what you make of it, with getting a hold of these two keys, it's completely up to you. You have a choice. Our choice is to be loving, to spread unity, to show what we represent and what we're seeking for a future Iran, or being handed this much pain and trauma and suffering and consistent disappointments could be dangerous, because instead of spreading love, positivity, unity, all the values we may stand for, we may, on the contrary, spread hatred, separatism, foul language, negative. And that's the danger. That's the danger of too much power, too much pain, and too much suffering. All these intense emotions do make us powerful, because they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So we are becoming stronger in a way, but that strength could be dangerous if we don't understand it and we don't control it. So this is an invitation for you. You're watching this video. Clearly, you're looking for a message, and I invite you to go within yourself, to discover yourself. What do you want for a future Iran? Now, are you living that example? For example, for myself, I want a future in Iran with freedom for everybody, for everyone to be free to practice their own identity, their own belief, whatever it is. As insane as it may seem like, they should be free to practice and teach and learn. But am I being inclusive when I'm referring to the people who think they align with the Islamic Republic? Islamic Republic has a bold name because the name of a religion is on this government, Islam. A lot of Muslims may support them just because they're Islamic Republic, but they don't know the core of this government, of the crimes and the heinous crimes this regime is doing. I bet you the majority of the world population, specifically Muslims, they don't know. When I explain to some of them, they are just baffled, and it's difficult for them to believe. So are we showing them love and inclusivity, what we want to represent in a free Iran? Are we a proper representative of that ideology? Or are we falling into this regime's trap of becoming a hateful person? And are we becoming mini Islamic republics within ourselves? We definitely don't want to be them. We don't like them because they have made our lives miserable, and they're not loving humans. They rule with hate and fear. And that's exactly what we don't want to be and what we don't want to represent. But because of this trauma and this pain that we're going through, unfortunately, we're becoming the opposite end of the stick, but we're behaving the same way. So this is what we should watch out for. So be aware of your communication. When you're explaining, when you're telling the Iranian people's story, make sure that you're fair, that you are loving and inclusive to everyone on this planet, and you just get the right message across. Now, a personal message to yourself: this could be the time to unleash a creativity, a project that you never started and you've been thinking about. If you have any ideas but they were never materialized, this could be a period where you could actually blossom. Use this key of knowledge and key to the material world, which I know is very mysterious. You're going to say, what does this mean? What are these keys? But believe me, yes, you are given a significant amount of pain, but at the same time, you are handed the key to the knowledge and to the key to the material world. So if you want to learn, if you want to teach, if you want to create, you have the resources to do so. The universe supports you. Just do it with love. Now, if you specifically are worried about a family member, about your family back home, or if you have a family member abroad with you and they're thinking of going to back home, or you're forced to go back home, and you're worried about all that, and you are thinking to yourself, how should I control the situation? What can I do to keep them safe, to make them understand? what I'm saying is right. Just be aware that this is not the time to control anybody. You should allow your loved ones to make their own decisions, as painful and as scary as it may seem to you to accept their decisions. This is the ask. The ask is for you to be very emotionally mature, to be supportive without expecting anything in return. If you're gonna give your time, energy, your resources to someone to support them, and if you expect anything from them in return, the ask is not to even give in the first place. If you're giving, give with no expectations. It is a difficult time for everybody. We all process it differently. We all have different capabilities. The ask is for you to be the bigger person, higher emotional intelligence, and allow your loved ones, your family members, your children, your parents to make their own decisions, and love them, support them, and trust the universe. So this is the final part of the reading. Thank you for sticking around, and I hope this message meant something to you. I hope it gave you the reassurance that you needed. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but we all do play a part in getting there, in reaching that light. So be aware of your actions. We should love and we should lead by example. Don't act like the party that you hate so much. Don't be a mini Islamic Republic. Be a real representative of Iran and the soul of Iran, the vision the Shah had for his people. We all miss the Shah, and if you say Javid Shah, then follow Shah's values.